Hi, welcome once again to the videos on positive psychology transform your life. My name is Ranjit Kovilinkal and I'm a psychotherapist. In the last video, we saw how to measure mindfulness. This is the last video in the series on stress management and mindfulness, and I will cover these 5 steps for mindful living. So the number one aspect to mindful living is engagement. When we engage with our life and work, we become absorbed. We gain momentum and focus, and we can enter into the state known as flow. The concept of flow was introduced by one of the pioneers of the positive psychology movement, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi describes flow as a state of optimal experience. People are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. It is one of the best feelings in the world. We are so immersed in what we are doing that we have nothing else to think of. Csikszentmihalyi says, and I quote, a person can make himself happy or miserable regardless of what is happening outside just by changing the contents of consciousness. Unquote. Very powerful words. And what he means by changing the contents of consciousness is to become mindful and focus on the present moment. He talks about how to achieve an optimal balance between your skills and challenge so that you can get into the flow mode. He says that if the level of challenge is too high, then you get anxiety. If the level of challenge is too low, then you get bored. And so you need to find an optimal space and then increase your challenge once you have met those so that you can keep growing continuously. You increase your challenge, you get better, right? And this is also where the stress mindset comes into play. That is, stress can be viewed as positive and enhancing if we can find the right balance between our skills and challenge. I have put the link of his book Flow in the description below. The second aspect to mindful living is gratitude. Simple practices like maintaining a gratitude journal, complimenting ourselves, or sending small tokens and thank you notes can make us feel a lot better and enhance our mood immediately. The Mindfulness Awareness Research Center of UCLA stated that gratitude changes the neural structures in the brain and make us feel happier and more content. Feeling gratitude and appreciating others when they do something good for us triggers the good hormones and regulates effective functioning of our immune system. So gratitude also helps to maintain and sustain good health. In positive psychology, there is a term called hunt the good stuff, wherein you journal what are the 3 good things that happen to you during the day on a daily basis before going to bed. It is your way for showing thanks and expressing your gratitude for the day. It would greatly help if you wrote down the 3 good things that happen to you in your life on a daily basis. Do this for as long as you can. I am doing this and I can see the difference it has created and is creating for me. I have provided the links below on the 3 good things exercise as well as how gratitude helps in the workplace. Do go through those links. The third aspect to mindful living is to develop connections. That is your interpersonal relationships as well as the virtues of kindness and compassion. Happiness and psychological health are inextricably linked with close, meaningful, and intimate relationships. These relationships need not be just limited to within our close circles, but fleeting relationships with strangers also bring immense happiness and well being. Helping others not only within your close circle but also outside of your inner circle and showing empathy reduces depression and creates a sense of purpose. You would have seen for yourself that during the COVID-19 crisis, how many healthcare professionals and volunteers would have been involved in relieving the pain and suffering, and who would have felt this. In fact, volunteers who have helped with social activities and causes would have felt this even more. And at the opposite end, you see people who are hoarding resources, they would have been more stressful during COVID. As human beings, we need to offer support and share resources. This results in altruism, happiness, and resilience. And all these have been proved through scientific studies and experiments, just like the concepts and on flow and gratitude that I spoke about. Always seek social support. Friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, anyone who you can trust. It stimulates the calming parasympathetic part of our nervous system. A study indicated that being isolated without connections is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The fourth aspect of mindful living is to express your difficult emotions. Write down your painful experiences. Talk to someone who cares. It could be your friend, a close relative, or a psychotherapist. Remember the saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. Express your deepest feelings and thoughts. Ask questions. What is it about this that upsets me so much? When we make space around for our own stories, we actually make space for the stories of others. We feel an increased sense of social connection, compassion, and altruist behavior. It makes us more open and available to the world around us. And finally, the fifth aspect of mindful living is having a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. What is something larger than yourself to which you feel connected to? Viktor Frankl, a neurologist, psychiatrist, philosopher, and author, proposed that meaning in life can be discovered in three ways. A, by creating a work or accomplishing some task. B, by experiencing something fully or loving somebody. And C, by the attitude that one adopts towards unavoidable suffering. You will be able to discover and understand the purpose and meaning of life automatically if you follow the four aspects of mindful living that I had explained, which is establishing flow in whatever you do, being grateful, developing connections, and expressing your difficult emotions. My meaning in life is to become a good teacher in the field of psychology so that I can help others to grow and thrive. Thank you, friends. With this, the series on stress management and mindfulness comes to an end. I have enjoyed creating this series. We will look at more interesting topics on positive psychology in the next series. Until then, good luck and goodbye. Cheers to flourishing.